All right, everybody, welcome to the channel. My name's Alex, and I've been reselling on eBay for a little while now. I really got into it last July, so getting close to a year in now. Mainly selling clothing, as you can see behind me. Although in the past I've sold a variety of things, a lot of video games before, but clothing is the area of focus now. And so I had a vacation day from work today. I went out and did some midweek thrifting, and I managed to find quite a bit of good stuff. So I figured I'd throw a thrift haul video in here. I hope you enjoy. So let's get started. The first place I went was the St. Vincent de Paul. I've always wanted to go to this one, but they're always closed on the weekend when I'm off work, and I only found 3 things. They did have half off their clothing today, which was nice. The first thing I found were these Under Armour golf pants. Unfortunately, I do believe they are stained. These are these just normal Under Armour loose. Probably not worth picking up, especially since they're stained. But for $2, I didn't want to spend too much time looking into them. Probably a waste there. But I may be able to sell them for a little bit. I'll throw up a comp. Typically, normal Under Armour stuff. If you find the hoodies, the Storm variety, and I'll put something up here for that, but the camouflage ones, those are really good. But the basic Under Armour polos, golf pants and things, if you can find them cheap, they're probably worth picking up, especially if they're seasonal. So your golf items right now, at this time of year, probably worth picking up. The sell rates are a little bit better, but definitely never overpay for just baseline Under Armour. And the other 2 things I got, not the greatest, but hopefully I'll be able to bundle them up. I got some Y2K vintage, made in Honduras, Russell crew neck sweatshirts. I have a gray one, and then a matching size, so I'll be able to lock them up, a navy blue crew neck. I'll show you the tag, Russell sweatshirt as well. Some of the Russell stuff, the real true vintage, America, but like in the 70s, a lot of good money. That was all for the St. Vincent de Paul. Then I went to 2 Goodwill stores, and I ended up picking up 45 items between the 2. So I'll try not to spend too much time on each item, and I'll try to walk you through my thought process a little bit. Some of the items I have not looked up, and were kind of gut purchases, which I'm trying to get away from, but for the sake of speed. And some of my most exciting finds I've saved for the end of the video, so I hope you stick around for those. Probably the most oh my gosh moment I've had in a thrift store yet. So first, the shoes. I'm not picking up very many of the Asics. And when it comes to Asics, typically the thicker, you want the light mesh, the thicker, wider bottoms are going to be your running shoes, and then your higher numbers are going to be typically newer. These are the Gel Keanu 30s. I think they're on 32 or 33. I don't know what they're at right now, but these are relatively newer. I'll put up a comp. Right now, I'm thinking maybe $35, $40. Not in the best shape, but I paid $7.99, I believe. So, pair of Basics. Next, I love picking up boots. These aren't steel toe, so I was questioning them, and so they're probably not the best. But I picked up this pair of Timberland Pro, soft toe, not a safety toe boot. These are size 7.5 women's, so decent size. A little dirty, but the tread's nice. Pretty good shape overall. Again, I'll throw up a comp, but should be okay. I paid, I think, $5.99 for these. So usually they price up their boots, and they did not price those up, which was very nice. All right. On to some shirts. By rule, I usually end up regretting when I buy light colored shirts, especially white shirts, because there's always a stain that pops up when I go to list them. But I didn't see any in my cursory look in the store, so here's hoping.
No, God,
I got
please,
this Eton.
no.
Eton is a good brand. I'll throw up a comp. I found it one other time. I think that was more of a denim button-up shirt, so not sure what this one will go for. Did not look it up. Maybe the sell-through is trash. But for $5.99, which is what my local-ish Goodwill stores price their shirts, I grabbed this Eton white button-down. Up next, This one, I'm trying to get more into the Y2K thing. Some of the
How do you do, fellow kids?
What? Really good success with vintage, Nike, Adidas, brands like that. And I'm just now starting to kind of dip my toe into those waters. But one thing I knew to look out for, it's my understanding that the Nike blue tags are some of their more vintage items. And this one is stained, but I grabbed it anyway. We'll see how it does. But it's Nike blue tag. It's a white hoodie with the Just Do It across the chest. So yeah, we'll see how that does. I paid $6.59 plus tax. Okay, we'll put it there. All right, I brought us down a little bit so you can see more of the item. Up next, this one, I grabbed it because it looked cool. That's what led me to look into it. And just looking it up in the store, the brand had like a 100% sell-through rate, so I was pleasantly surprised by that. I haven't looked at this one specifically, but this is a Breathe Divinity, first time I've heard of it, shirt. It's got this nice dual color, white and black. Very interesting graphic and design there. Looks like maybe wings. It says Breathe Divinity. Again, $5.99. I'll throw up a comp. Kind of Affliction-esque, maybe that Y2K stuff. I did for the first time find Affliction on this thrift haul, and we'll see that later. But Breathe Divinity looked like, my cursory glance, a good brand. Up next, bread and butter item for sure. Pardon my sweat, it is hot in the garage. Untuck-it. So I am picking up Untuck-it. Sell-through, definitely lower than it used to be. There's your tag. But yeah, Untuck-it, just a plaid button down. Probably sell for, I'll throw up a comp at around $20, $18 to $22. Bread and butter item for sure. This one was interesting. Sell-through did not look good. Style-based grab. I thought it was cool. I found this a couple other times. This brand, Big Dogs. I wish I had a button so you could see better. But it's a nice Hawaiian print shirt. So we'll close it up here. You got, well, that's not going to work. But yeah, nice Hawaiian print shirt. You got the dog in a hammock. It is rayon, I believe. Yes, 100% rayon. And it says, just do it tomorrow. If I wasn't so gosh darn large and this would fit me, I would probably wear this. But Big Dogs, there we go, there's the back graphic. Hawaiian shirt, $5.99. Hopefully that one does well. It's the right time of year. Up next, not the best time of year for this one, but it is a Woolrich sweater. Wool blend. Not really that vintage. It is vintage, I think 90s, 2000. Here's the tag. Woolrich. Of course, some of their older stuff does a lot better. But just a gray, dark heather gray, wool sweater, men's, dark gray heather. It's a 2XL, which is a good size. 85 wool, 15 nylon. So, wool sweater. I saw Woolrich. It was mostly wool. Figured it was worth a grab. Up next, Wrangler. A lot of Wrangler. Not good, but the Wrangler Retro and the Wrangler Cowboy Cut I'm picking up. So these are the Wrangler Retro Slim Boots. These are a 30-32, so decent size, 30-32. You see the leather patch on the back, and the W stitching. That's typical of the Wrangler Retro and the older Wranglers. Should sell for about $24, $25. I'll throw up a comp. Unfortunately, my Goodwills do upcharge their jeans, so they're typically charging $9.99 or $9.59. So probably shouldn't have grabbed it, but I like grabbing jeans. Yeah, that's about it. Up next, what do we have here? Fox hoodie. Of course, when it comes to Fox hoodies, you're looking for the Monster Energy, the Fox collabs with like Ford or Honda, is it? But Fox collabs. But this is just a maybe Y2K Fox graphic print hoodie. It is missing the strings, so I'm not sure exactly how bad that will hurt the value. But I do like picking up Fox racing apparel. Up next, back on Wrangler jeans that may be worth picking up are the George Strait Cowboy Cut Collection jeans. These are, I believe, Y2K vintage, made in Mexico of U.S. fabric. 4230, so pretty big. Might take a little while to sell, but again, cowboy cut, so it's a sort of a boot cut, sometimes a slim boot cut, but you see the leather patch, the W stitching. The George Strait line does okay. I'll throw up a comp. Unfortunately, though, again, I had to pay $10 for them. All right, probably the best jeans find of the trip. Not the best jeans, you know, obviously hoping for some vintage Levi's and stuff like that. But we did get Buckle Black. You see Buckle Black, Buckle, that's BKE, I believe. It's a subsidiary brand of BKE, but this is fit number 9 straight leg. I believe I have one of these in my store, fit number 75. I think that's a boot cut though, so probably a little bit better. But it's a distressed. There's your leather patch, stitching, leather patch. Sorry for shoddy camera work. I will get better, I promise. But yeah, I think maybe $30. Should be a nice flip. I'll throw up a comp. See what we have here. Up next, when I can find Levi's in the pants section instead of jeans, they're usually only charging $5.99 instead of $9.99, so that's a little bit better. But here we have, I saw these. I saw the Y2K-esque tag here. Levi's 550 boot cut. These are actually women's. These are women's size 12 though. But they have them in the men's section. But yeah, 550. Typically not the best seller. 550 boot cut. I'm not sure I've actually seen that before, but it looks like a Y2K item. Should sell decently fine, I imagine. 20 bucks or so, I'll throw up a comp. But again, for $5.99, a lot better than $10. I actually found another Big Dogs, probably Y2K, Hawaiian-esque shirt. It's a polo. I believe this one is no, this is 100 cotton. So just a polo, but it has this nice, I'll try to get it to where you can see it, this all over fishing print. I thought was really cool. So yeah, not sure at all what this is worth, the sell-through, etc. Looked cool, I grabbed it. Don't do that. Do your research. Don't be like me. Another attempt at dipping my toe into the Y2K style clothing was this American Eagle. It's not a rugby shirt. I may throw that in the title though. It doesn't quite have the rubber buttons like you'd see on a rugby shirt, but they are larger buttons, kind of rugby-esque. But it's this nice striped long sleeve polo. It has the AE hit right here, American Eagle. It is Y2K, made in Northern Mariana Islands, which I think are technically part of the USA. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But yeah, we'll see how this does. Maybe $20, $25. Probably slow sell-through. Got to do the right keywords on that one. Here we have, I love picking up LL Bean. We have an LL Bean traditional fit. This is a houndstooth. This is a nice button down. It's a greenish blue houndstooth pattern. You can see the houndstooth pattern there. But what was super nice about this one, this is probably a $22 shirt or so. I found one just like it. Same style, same size, but different color. In the reddish pink houndstooth. So I'm gonna lock those up together. Maybe sell them for $45, $49, something like that. Super nice. They looked like they were in great shape. Here we have, I believe, another LL Bean. Yeah, this is a newer LL Bean. Just a traditional fit, button-down shirt, a nice blue and yellow plaid pattern. LL Bean. Here we have some Polo Ralph Lauren, which is really hot right now. This is a classic fit, large, 16.5 inch button-down shirt. This one does have the pony. I'm not picking them up, trying not to if they don't have the pony. They don't sell very well. Yeah, so I got this this button down, and just like the LL Beans, what was nice about this one, somebody, the same guy must have donated them. I have a matching Matching size, large 16.5-inch classic fit, striped. So the plaid and the striped, probably lock them up together. This is like a gold stripe with white. Yeah, it does have the pony. Nothing crazy, probably $22, $24 a piece. I'll throw up some comps. Should be decent. Here we have another bread and butter brand. Not going to get rich off of it, but you know, $18, $20 sale. Charles Tyrwhitt. I've sold some of the polos before. I've sold some all linen ones before. This is just the cotton, blue, white, plaid, Charles Tyrwhitt. Nothing crazy. Here we have another Charles Tyrwhitt slim fit. It's an extra large. I went back and forth on this one. It's not quite denim. I think it's called chambray, the fabric type, the heavier, almost, you know, chambray. I don't know. I almost didn't get this one though. It does have a logo here. All right, and another one probably going to end up stained. Didn't look like it though. LL Bean, just a classic, extra large, wrinkle resistant, plain white button up. You know, your button down, button up shirts. They will sell okay if they're not stained, because people are looking for it because they usually get stained, right? So, on to some of the more exciting and interesting finds. I did get a little excited for these. I think they're Y2K, but most of these are dead stock. You know, the sell-through rate might not be the best, but I grabbed them. We'll see how they do, but they're all amphibious outfitters shirts. Often, a lot of them have tags. Not exactly sure what that is. I think it's from the early 2000s, but the back graphics are crazy. You can see here this one, we have the eagle, something crazy going on there. Have another one. The back of this one is slay the dragon that is the sea. Looks like a sea monster dragon in a boat there. Pretty cool. Not sure how many of these I picked up, but it was quite a few. Looks like they're all different. Again, amphibious outfitters. Fortune favors the brave. We have some sharks and an underwater sea wreck scene there. Got some black and white ones. Here's another one. Looks like this one. We have a die of the night. We have a skull in the ocean. And a lot of these were only $2.99. They had them in the t-shirt section, so definitely pretty good here. This one's on an anvil tag, pre-shrunk, assembled in Honduras of U.S. fabric, so I'm going to say Y2K. I think I might have saw 2004 on one of them or so, I'm not sure. But here, again, this time we have an eagle slaying, it looks like a moray eel. Big eagle print, we may have seen that one. And we had a couple white ones. Here we have, it's a big pond. Buddies get lost. Not sure. Funky looking dude there. And it looks like this is the same one. Again with the on the anvil tag. Yeah, on the front, copyright 2002 on this. So definitely Y2K vintage 2002. It's a big pond. Buddies get lost. I wouldn't want to mess with that frog. I might croak. All right, now on to some of the more exciting stuff. At least for me. I have a friend that's probably going to buy this from me. I've been looking for him for a while. It's the first time I've ever found it. But check out this Affliction long sleeve shirt here. Affliction right there. Crazy graphic. You got the skulls and the eagles. And on the back you got the wings. Right there. Looks like it maybe have a little discoloration on it, but I didn't even look it up. I saw Affliction. Hopefully it still does well. I know it used to. But again, this is the first time I've ever found it. It is a small, but hopefully I already have a buyer for it. Here, this may be the first time or second time I've ever found Patagonia in my area. But we have a nice women's Patagonia cinchilla, large, two-tone, snap button, fleece, pull over here with the pocket, Patagonia. I think these might be going for $35, $40. I didn't even look it up. It looked like it was in great shape there. I'll throw up a comp. I paid $5.99, so great price for Patagonia. Love the outdoor brands. All right, and so of course I get there. to the Goodwill today during a weekday, which I never get to do, and they're rolling out a fresh rack, and it's already, so people are already picking through it, but I get there and I see a camo shirt, and I'll grab it. I usually I will look for camo and take a look at camo items. So I got super excited when I saw this, but it's like the tree bark camo mossy oak, made in America. I forget what they call it, but with the tree logo there. I think it was Yumbo. Check out his YouTube channel, Yumbo. I was watching an episode of one of his videos, and he was talking about something with this worth hundreds of dollars. I think it was the jacket, the mossy oak, made in USA. When you see the tree print on the jackets, they're worth quite a bit. I'll throw up a comp of those. This one looks like it has a hole in it, so might not be the best. I didn't even look these up. I just got so excited because I knew it would at least be decent. Mossy oak, made in USA. Got this nice bark. I'll show you again the bark print, kind of like a tree on the bark there. Camo shirt. So I see this, I get excited. I go and I start looking around for, maybe they've already put some on the racks. I find the Patagonia item. Then they roll out another fresh rack, and I just see like 6 camo shirts, and I get really excited.
So excited, and I just can't hide it.
So not all of these are as good or the same. And some of these I might not have should have grabbed, but I just got excited.
So excited.
Here we have another mossy oak, made in USA, maybe a little bit more modern of a tag instead of the tree there. Mossy oak. Definitely looks like bark camo, but the big tree leaves all around it. Another t-shirt. Spartan. Not familiar with the brand, but it's made in USA. Figured I'd grab it. Camo t-shirt made in USA. Can't go wrong for $2.99. Nice print. Maybe I could go wrong, I don't know. I'll throw up a comp if I find one. Here we have, this one looks really old, but again, another mossy oak, made in USA. Looks like maybe the same print. Tree bark, camo. This one, probably even better. Instead of just a basic t-shirt, this is a button-up. With straps and pockets. This one's probably pretty good. Sorry for the lighting again, but this is also mossy oak, made in USA. You see that vintage tag there. If it'll focus, there we go. Vintage tag, mossy oak, USA. Button down. I will probably lot some of these up if they're the same size. I haven't even looked. Or maybe I'll sell them individually. I'll kind of see what the market's doing. I'll try to find that out. This one, nothing special. This is modern. I was just in the mossy oak. I wanted to have more to list because maybe draw attention to my items. But this is just a modern mossy oak pursuits. Camo pants, sell through rate not the best. Probably only worth $20. I paid $5.99. I'll throw up a comp. Here we have Jerseys Outdoors. I didn't look these up again. They were with the other vintage shirts. Jerseys Outdoors. This is made in Honduras, so probably Y2K vintage. And it's a camo pocket tee. T-shirt with a pocket. Camouflage. Hopefully that one does okay. And this one, made in USA. I don't see a brand tag. So I'll have to look into that based on the RN number if I can find it. But something made in USA. Camo shirt, long sleeve. It's pretty faded. Oh, there we go. Real Tree Hardwoods. So, vintage Real Tree. Camo long sleeve. T-shirt, pocket tee with the pocket. And another, this is probably pretty good. This, I believe, is another vintage mossy oak. This is the pants that go with those shirts. The bark tree camo, I believe. Let you see them. Got the cargo pockets. Or maybe it's not. Hard to tell. Hard to tell. I'll have to look at it a little more. I don't see a brand tag. It does have the little interior tag here. Made in USA. It's a double XL, probably good size. I think it's mossy oak, we'll see. But yeah, vintage made in USA camo pants, cargo pants. Camo cargo, usually pretty good. Hard to compete with the mossy oak finds there, at least for me, as far as what I personally like. But here, another attempt at going into the Y2K stuff. We have a full zip Abercrombie and Fitch women's yellow. It's probably a bad size. I think it's small or extra small. Nope, just small. Here's your tag. Abercrombie and Fitch full zip hoodie jacket. Got the nice hit on the front there. Abercrombie and Fitch. Didn't look too great when I looked it up, but that was more of a, I'll give it a go and see what happens. Another brand I usually get excited for, even though their modern stuff's not the best, Pendleton. So found a Pendleton women's extra large 100% lamb's wool. So I have a hard time leaving wool items without holes in them behind. But this is 100% lamb's wool, women's, full zip. Has the pockets on the front, full zip sweater. Yeah, so Pendleton, lamb's wool, sweater. I felt like I couldn't leave it behind. Here we have, I usually don't pick up children's size jeans, which I believe these are, but these are the Levi 527 boot cut. And there's your tag. I think that's an 18 rag. I think that's a kid size 29.29. But they're only $2.59. So hopefully they do all right. Nice boot cut. And last, yes, the last item of the haul for the day. An LL Bean, modern LL Bean, women's pullover. It is kind of a performance fabric. It is a medium, but it is polyester and tencel and spandex. So if it was just cotton, I might not have picked it up. Usually don't pick up the too much of the modern LL Bean cotton t-shirts and things. Maybe this one because it's a little bit more of a substantial. I don't know what you call this neck. Is it a mock neck? Not too knowledgeable on the neck types. But yeah, just a LL Bean women's nice purple color performance fabric pullover. I'll throw up a comp. Hopefully that one's decent. And yeah, looks like that was the last item of the hauls for the day. Let me know what you think. If you would have picked any of these up, left them behind. If you have any information on any of those you want to share, just drop a comment below, give me a like. I would appreciate it. And let me know if there's any other parts of my process or anything you'd like for me to talk about in my next videos. So again, I'm Alex, and I appreciate you watching. Thank you.